Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Time for some more Doctor Who news with Dr. Freedom here. How's it going? Oh, yeah. Um, I thought by getting rid of a few articles, I'd spare myself a massive load of articles on Monday. Oh, boy, was I wrong. Oh, man. There is just a mountain of them. So let's just get right to it, shall we? Let's take a look at what we do have. Let's start off over on Anglophenia. Over on BBC America site, 10 things you may not know about before the flood. And there's a lot of interesting little snippets in here that you'll really enjoy. And they even linked up some of the extras. So if you haven't caught those before now, you may want to go check this out. Matter of fact, they even talk about the fellow who played the Fisher King. And this is an actor named Neil Fingleton. You may recognize him, in some way off of Game of Thrones and whatnot, because he's appeared in there as various, I think, giants. He's also been a White Walker giant and stuff like that. Um, and the guy is like 7'8" tall. So, darn. So it's just a lot of little nifty things, little trivia bits. And then, of course, they also include a video of when Sylvester McCoy had to talk about every decision has ripples from Remembrance of the Daleks. So it is a nice scene here with Joseph Marcel, who a lot of you folks out there who are new to the classic Who scene, you may even recognize this guy if you're a little bit up there from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He played Jeffrey the butler, and this is a very, very touching scene here. This is one of my favorite scenes in Doctor Who altogether. So if you haven't seen this one before, click it right here and give it a watch. Okay. All right, moving on. Under the Lake, the official rating is out for that particular episode. The official rating is 5.63 million viewers, and this does not, let me repeat, does not include those who are watching via iPlayer. That rating will likely come out later. It made Doctor Who the 22nd most watched program for the week in all of UK television, and it was the 10th most watched program on BBC television. So Doctor Who ended higher than Casualty, which beat it in the initial overnight figures, and was the third most watched show on Saturday night. The Great British Bake Off topped the chart, and the most popular Saturday night show, of course, was Strictly Come Butt Licking with 9.27 million viewers. Okay, moving on over here to Before the Flood. It got an AI rating of 83. You folks know what that is. That's 83 out of 100. Okay, Australian overnights are in, and you're gonna love these numbers because for Australia, this is pretty damn good. Averaging 511,000 viewers across the 5 major cities. The once again second highest rating drama on ABC of the day, and 19th highest rating of the program of the day overall. And these do not include time-shifted viewers. Meanwhile, including time-shifted viewers, Witches Familiar scored 734,000 consolidated viewers in the 5 major cities. With 192,000 extra viewers, it was the highest time-shifted program of the day and 7th highest rating of the day overall. And once again, that does not include regional. So once again, internationally, the show is kicking butt. The only reason why the numbers are down in the UK market is because of the freaking World Rugby Cup tournament. All right. We're on over here to Doctor Who 24/7. They got the Girl Who Died new pictures. Don't worry, there's going to be a spoiler warning up in case you guys go look at these, so I don't have to hear this later. Okay, but lots of interesting shots of the Doctor, Clara, Maisie's character. Good shots there of what you call Odin and the Mire, and yes, the guitar is back, baby. So if you want to go get snatch these, maybe stick them on your computer, or just take a gander at them. Here they are. Okay, running over to Radio Times, Maisie Williams hits out at badly written female characters who were only there to benefit the male lead. Now, Maisie Williams admits she's been lucky. Arya Stark in Game of Thrones. Her first ever role is a stone cold assassin, and she's playing a young Viking Ashildr in this Saturday's Doctor Who. It's miles away from one-dimensional roles women are often lumbered with, but Williams is aware of how bad it can get. Quote, I didn't realize when I was younger that women were written so badly, but going further into this career, I realized there are a lot of really bad characters, and it's not common to come across females who aren't just the girlfriend. And she goes, me and Jenna were talking about it. When you get a script, they always include a sentence or two about the character, something like Jason, 36, strong, built, quick, witty, and a description of his personality. Then there's his girlfriend, Sarah, hot, blonde, and that's it. hot looking, but in a cute way. That's your character. Williams hopes she'll never have to play a character that is only there to benefit the male lead. And she goes head to head with the Doctor, of course, in this Saturday's episode, The Girl Who Died. Now, there's folks wondering, will she stick around after Coleman leaves? I don't know. So we'll have to find out the hard way, won't we? Okay, moving on. This is the press reactions for Before the Flood. If you get a chance, go check these out. Once again, these are all various media outlets throwing in their little, comment or a review about that episode. So please be sure to go check these out if you're interested to see how the press, what they made of this particular episode. All right. 10 teasers for The Girl Who Died. Here we go. Now remember, these once again are quotes, and we don't know who's saying them or what context they're in until the episode airs. All right. To the primitive mind, advanced technology can seem like magic. That sounds like something I believe Tom Baker said. You are my world, but I hear other worlds now. Okay, it's official. Silence is even worse than in a Scottish accent. What is a god but the cattle's name for farmer? Oh, sheesh. Your mightiest warriors will feast with me tonight in the halls of Valhalla. I'm not actually the police. It just says that just what it says on the box. I'll tell you, leaving this place would be death itself. I'm afraid, but I will sing. Time will tell. It always does. Oh, Clara Oswald, what have I made of you? Okay, 10 teasers from the Blogger Who site. Here we go. I'm under attack from four and a bit battle fleets in case you think I'm slacking. I think there's something in my spacesuit. I love puppets. He's upgraded his phobia. I had a dream you all died. What's the one thing gods never do? Gods never show up. The universe is full of testosterone. Trust me, it's unbearable. Do babies die with honor? I've always been different. All my life I've known that. And to the primitive mind, advanced technology can seem like magic. So that's a repeat of what we already read over there. But most of these are different. That's why I kept the article on. Okay, if you're interested in who's playing whom in this week's episode, here's the cast list for The Girl Who Died. Of course, we got Maisie, got David Schofield as Odin and whatnot. So if you're interested in who's playing whom, right here you go. All right, jumping over here this is the last one for tonight, and I'm shocked I made it through all these this quick because you can see the lineup up here. Woo! Okay, Dr. Whoot is up for auction. Now, what the heck is a Dr. Whoot, you wonder? Dr. Whoot and 89 other giant owls came together for one last time at a special farewell weekend at Birmingham's Millennium Point on Saturday the 10th and 11th, Saturday and Sunday, respectively, of this year. Well, actually, this is this past weekend, actually. All right, before being auctioned to raise funds for the Birmingham Child's Hospital charity or Children's Hospital. Now, artist Stephen McKay is a longtime Doctor Who fan, and his police box owl design was inspired by the conventions he attended in Birmingham in the early 80s. McKay has fond memories of meeting past doctors John Pertwee and Patrick Troughton in the city. The police box owl has its own working lamp, handmade by McKay, and has attracted a lot of interest in the UK and in America. With a starting price of £5,000, it's hoped it will raise substantially more for children's hospitals. The top price previously paid for a Stephen McKay was £25,000 and Ada Bristol Children's Hospital in 2013. The Big Hoot auction takes place this coming Thursday, and if you're interested in bidding for Dr. Hoot or any of the other Big Hoot owls or owlets, details are available right here on the Big Hoot website. You can click here to go to it. Okay, so once again, the ratings hubbub's going around. Don't worry about it. I'm still waiting to hear something more substantial on what's going on with Series 10. Like I said, all I've heard so far is the same thing over and over again. Something about 6 episodes and a Christmas special. I've not heard anything different. Now, I'm hoping that's wrong and we're getting a full series. But the thing of it is, it doesn't look like it's adding up that way. Because a lot of the producers who would normally be going back to the offices this fall to work on Doctor Who, building up for the beginning of shooting being early next year, are working on Russell T Davies' Midsummer Night's Dream. So that kind of right there is not boding well in the what's going on with next year department. No, I do not believe they are going to skip a year. I don't even know where that began. I really don't know who got that idea. Why would you take the show, which has gained so much momentum? Like I said, it's their highest selling drama of last year. It still rates them. I think it's still ranking in about £60 million a year in merchandise revenue and whatnot for the name. And to get rid of it would just be a moron mistake. Because as I've said before, look what they did with Ripper Street. You know, they said, okay, we're not going to make it anymore. Well, this company goes, hey, you know, we'll make it with you if you go, we'll foot the bill, but we get to show it first on our network. And that's exactly what happened. And yes, it's a joint thing with the BBC and I think it's Amazon Prime or Prime Networks. And that's what happened. And if you watch it on theirs, you get an hour and 5 or hour and 6, hour and 7-minute episode. But when you're going to watch it on the BBC months later, and let me stress that, months later, you're going to get a 55-minute episode. You're going to get enough to fill 1 hour. That's it. They cut it. So I don't think they'd be fool enough to hand over Doctor Who because there are too many sharks in the water who will easily take a bite off that meat. Okay, but on a lighter note, don't worry about that yet. There's been no talk of cancellation. There's been no talk of skipping next year, and I do not know where that's coming from. It's just gotten ridiculous. But on a high note, hey, tomorrow's another day. We move forward in time. Okay, till tomorrow, everybody. Take care. See y'all later. Night, folks.